ask questions, I will, and they could get pretty ugly. Okay, the first thing I want to just point out what this is. This is actually the Mini Globe Race bulkhead plate, right? It's a gold plate, solid gold, 18 carat, and it's got the Mini Globe Race insignia which is part of the official gold coin for the Mini Globe Race, which is completely different than the Globe Yacht Club. Okay, so it's a very special coin, and on the bottom we've got the entire course, and they'll stick this on their bulkhead, and so we're giving it to them now so they can actually carry that around the world as part of their memories for an amazing adventure, and they'll all get the Mini Globe Race coin as well. So, briefly, you know what's going on. We're at the National Sailing Academy, our beautiful home for the Mini Globe Race. It's Antigua's own around-the-world yacht race, which is really quite amazing when you think about it. This is the third time we've been here. We've run 3 Transat races from, first of all, from Lagos, going through to Lanzarote, Rubicon Marina there, and now here we are back home again. But it's going to be an amazing journey, and I said it the other night that they'll be happy to leave on Sunday, but they'll be more than happy to return. I think most of you here now know these girls and boys, okay? You've probably followed some of the voyage already, you know, how their journey to get to the start line and get here. But now it's quite serious, it's getting real. And it's a bit obscure even for Jane and I. We're just sort of doing this thing, we do these things and it's all normal, but every now and then you stop and think, hey, the MGR is actually happening now. And all of a sudden, before we know it, it'll be over. That's sort of the way we feel. And life is a strange journey to think that it's a little chunk out of your lifetime, but there's going to be some huge things going on with the crew that are about to set off. So that's about all I really want to say. I want to keep it moving. I think Alison's got a couple of things to say here, and then we'll get on to the guts of it, which is the crew.
Indeed. Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. And I think Don said it all. I'm not going to go on all about anything else other than the rum. So we wanted to introduce the fact that we were talking about what can we give you all that means when you leave here you get to take a little piece of Antigua with you. And I think everybody here who knows it would agree that English Harbour 5-year-old is it. Right. So the plan is this. Now this is Don's plan, as you can imagine. Number 1, you won't get one unless you do a great chat tonight. So that's the kind of first hurdle.
Yeah, the audience will decide.
Rule number 2 will be each destination you get to, each stopover, have a little talk, give us a cheers. Cheers to you, cheers to Antigua. But most importantly, bring the bottle back, and then we'll swap it out for a full one at that point. So I just want to say thank you so much, everybody. You've been amazing. We love having you here. We can't wait to welcome you back, but we're really excited about following all of the adventures. So just thank you and keep the updates coming. Thank you very much. And Don, I think the first bottle can go to you.
Oh, well, we'll have to do, thank you very much. Okay, English Harbour rum, okay. Thank you very much, Alison. And this is a really cool idea, because the other thing you've got to do is when you finish one of the 5 legs, you put your timeline on the leg and then sign it, right? Like the number of days you took for your leg. You've got to have a tot. You can have anyone with you like, but you've got to last all the way. And then sign it. So when we get the bottles back, this is part of history then, right? It'll be like 15 bottles hanging on the wall. These will become quite cool bottles. Imagine what it's going to be like in 50 years, right? They'll be really valuable because that'll be the 10th edition of the MGR, and I'm sure something like that might happen. So this is a cool idea, and you get a free new one. You get a top up, right? So, but the audience will decide whether they deserve a bottle. Does that make sense? Based on the responses of their talk and their questions. Okay. So, all right, I think, do we want to click through that? Yeah, we'll have a look at the video. Yeah, there's a bit of reading on this. We just realised this is just a quick, simple summary of the Transat, just with some onboard footage. There's a lot of footage on YouTube, but yeah, we'll just let it run and put the volume right up and see how we go. Sorry? The teaser. Oh, this is the teaser. Okay, yeah. It's only a minute and a half. volume, Rob. Okay, that was pretty quick. All right, gives you a bit of a taste. They've got a long way to go. And I think we'll just quickly, there we all are. 16 boats here now. Just click it through, Rob, and we'll go straight to the... yeah, we've now, it's actually now up to 168 or something.
260 something.
Sorry, 268 or something like that. Plans, 37 countries. Carry on, just zip it through. That's the course. I think you all know the course. And happy to launch out of the National Sailing Academy here. Keep going. Start line. Now, a lot of you are going to be here for the start. We hope to see you out watching somehow. Okay, get all your friends to come out, get their tenders. Doesn't matter if you've got an 8-foot tender, row out, you know. It'll be quite a giggle. And just if you haven't already heard, we're going to do a snail trail. Once we leave here, we're going all around, zigzagging in around Falmouth Marina, all single file. Each skipper will have a foghorn and they'll be going ballistic, and it'll happen about 10:30 on Sunday morning. Okay, so all the people having coffee over there will know that we're on our way around the world. So hope to see you there. Okay. I think you know we run the GGR, OGR and MGR, but this is my favourite event, without question. It's cool. Rightio. Yep, okay, yeah, just they're the boats from the GGR. Just flick it through, Rob. Yep. Run by Kirsten, and then we've got in the Ocean Globe race, the fully crewed race. That's the Whitbread 50th anniversary edition. But there was an amazing connection here. Maiden won the race, which you may have heard about. And on board Maiden, who was there? Janella, right? Which is fantastic. And I had no idea until we were actually having the first press conference in the UK. And she hops out of a car and walking across, and I didn't recognise her because I'd never met her before, but she obviously looked a bit Caribbean, and we started chatting straight away. And as soon as she said Antigua, I said, hey, you know, we're at the National Sailing Academy, and she said, hey, I started there. So it was really quite an amazing connection and a reflection on everything that the Academy does here. So it is really quite cool. And now she's, of course, racing in some hot boats over there, and I'm quite, you know, well, I don't know her that well, but maybe it changed her life being involved with the Academy. So following the race, very easy. Just remember the name of the race and .com. The opening page got boxes, and you can hit on a box to whatever you want and enjoy the ride. Keep going, Rob. Okay, the entrance. We're going to do this the same way as we did last time, but this time the entrance are banned. You don't talk about building your boat. You're not allowed to talk about building your boat. Anything else associated with what's going on here, and I may even ask you some questions. So, Renaud, up to you. Who's got the mic? Yeah. Come on, up here. Remember, there's a bottle of rum at stake. Do you want that one as well? Yeah, just hang on too. Yeah. I'll hide.
Hello.
You want the microphone?
If you
Use
want,
that one. Now you got three.
Yeah, I got three, yeah.
They're good at multitasking.
What should I say?
Tell us about just your anything to do with the MGR.
With the MGR. So I don't know what to say because I don't know nothing about MGR. We are leaving Sunday.
What's your biggest fear?
All of us. No one on a small boat like this have done this before, so it's a big challenge. I think to go to Panama will be quite easy, about same as the Atlantic, with more cargoes. And okay, but after the Pacific can be very long. Don't talk about 60 days, maybe 40 days, but even 40 days on a small boat like this is a long journey. We have the chance to be able to communicate for myself with Iridium Go Exec, with my boat manager. So every day is a good thing. Keep you aware of all what's happened everywhere. It's a good thing. And then we have another leg from Fiji to Cape Town, half of the world. So I cannot say nothing about this. We will see at this time.
Okay. So what's your biggest fear? What's the one thing in the back of your mind that you hope not? You know.
To go to Panama, I hope I have no Czech with Colombian problems.
Okay.
I don't want to be checked by anyone, even pirates or custom.
Yeah.
And further, really, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Who's your biggest threat? Your biggest competitor? Who's the person? Who's the boat that you? You can answer that however you want, and it may be that you'd rather not say. But who do you see as your competition?
So at today date, it's Carrie. But Carrie have made a big goal. He wants to do round the world in 9 months.
Yes.
So
Get back for the birth.
I think it's difficult to be less, but we will see. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, we can.
Okay.
No, I think it's scary.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that worth a bottle? Yeah. Okay. Give the man a bottle.
You cannot give the tray and thing.
Oh, sorry. Yes, and a plate. Bottle first. Bottle first. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And your plate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Congratulations. Boom. Good luck, eh? Carrie. Carrie, away you go. If you want that one. We probably should have taped these on the bottom of the other one. You want to hang on to those as well?
No feedback on it.
Just hold them.
Hold both.
We should have taped them together. Anyway. Jane, try and stand at the side or something, one side or the other, just so you can, yeah. Okay, go.
So, you heard Renaud speak, and typically, he's gone to that level of analysis beyond the rest of us. I thought I was going to route the shortest distance, like he did last time and won so emphatically. And tonight he said to me, "But Carrie, there are customs." Well, yeah, there are customs and traditions everywhere. That's part of the Caribbean. No. Go fast. They stop your boat. Okay. They're pirates. Yeah, okay. I need to fix my wind vane, but I thought that was my biggest problem. So I'm just as I think I'm mastering everything we're going to confront. Renaud's always got one step ahead of me and tells me what to do. But on the positive side, I've had 37 years in the Royal Navy, so I've dealt with a few pirates. I've drunk a lot of rum. I think Renaud's deserved 2 bottles of rum, but my concern would be if he were ever stopped by the customs that he might be over the limit. So we're looking forward clearly to a very close competition, but it's not just between us two. There's so much talent in this fleet and determination. And one has to respect those who say from the outset that their objective is to finish the race. They're not saying, I want to win at all costs. And I did think about the title for a book for this would be sort of Hare and Tortoise. There is a chance, this is a marathon and not a sprint, that it is any other boat within us, within this group, that will win, take their honours at the end. And I think it'll be a great achievement, but I think just completing the race will be a great achievement in itself. You've probably heard of Violette Derange. She's 24 years old, just finished the Vendée Globe. I would have loved to have had those opportunities at 24 or younger. And I had great opportunities then, driving warships or flying helicopters, all the great stuff. Had a chance to work in the White House, did so many great things over 37 years in the Navy. But really, I knew when I finished, my life would change to go back to sailing, because I always dinghy raced at a high level. And I'd go to world championships and European championships and national championships. But I always dreamt of doing something like this. So when the Mini Globe race became an opportunity and was advertised in 2020, I thought this is, and I made the point before, in an age that's governed by risk aversion, this is such a great opportunity. And we have to admire, really have to admire, Dawn and McIntyre Adventures for providing a culture, an opportunity for us to live out those dreams and adventures ourselves. And he does a remarkable job in terms of, he's already running 3 races, planning the next, the amount of effort and work that goes in with a small team supported by JJ and Rob and others. But I think really a big hand to them, to McIntyre Adventures, for everything they achieve on our behalf.
Thank you. Okay.
And you know, he's going to need a relief at some stage, which is a Navy line too. Always train your relief, and I'm hoping, you know, in some ways, maybe I could take over the reins one day. But he's got a lot of life left in there, promoting adventure. So that'll be a great opportunity too.
Hang on, don't give up yet. Question. What happened when you were in command of the Royal Navy aircraft carrier? What happened on board that made you decided you want to command a 19-foot plywood mini?
Okay. Well, I was the commander of HMS Illustrious, and it was. Sailing was always my passion, being at sea. So I prefer sailing to sailing around in warships. But that was a job, and it was a very cerebral job in many ways. It was a job for a diplomat on one hand. It was for a leader. It was adventurous, and you know, I have some very useless skills outside the Navy. I'm very good at attacking and tracking submarines. I'm brilliant at dropping torpedoes. And in fact, when I was going through flying training, here's a little secret. We came up with a new aiming rule for a torpedo we were using. And I was responsible I was being assessed on my warfighting capability against submarines. And at the time, we weren't tracking a submarine. There was a ship. We didn't have our radar on, so I wouldn't be able to see it. And it was towing a noise generator which emulated a submarine. And we had a number of different aircraft that went unserviceable. So by the time we actually flew the mission, I was in the third aircraft. And unbeknown to me, because in our haste they said, Carrie, don't worry about the walk around, we've got that covered, you get in, flash up, do this, this, and this. And so flew the attack profile and the new aiming rule perfectly. Dropped the weapon, and it indicated a weapon hangout, which was unusual. And I was expecting to have a weapon simulator on the aircraft, because that's what we'd set out for the previous two. By the time we got to the third aircraft, it actually had a big 600-pound torpedo on the side. and the attack was so accurate that the torpedo flew, because it was to ahead of the submarine generally, and the ship was towing it, it nearly went through the bridge window, and it was only because we cocked off slightly before the attack, it just sailed over and past the ship. So for a while I was known in the Royal Navy as Bomber Harris. Bomber Harris, for attacking my own ship.
Okay.
And I'm sure I've got many stories like that. But in a 19-foot plywood boat, mercifully, there are no risks like that. But it is worth dwelling upon because, and Renaud commented on it, he called them cargoes because cargoes on cargo ships. We were spoilt a little bit in the Atlantic. I had one close shave. I had a couple of close shaves relatively with merchant ships around Lanzarote, but mid-Atlantic, one ship in particular would have run me down in broad daylight. We're into some pretty dense traffic. Our sleeping patterns are going to be very disrupted because the continual stress in a small boat being run down by a large merchant ship at sea at night in following seas is not to be underestimated. So I think that's going to be a major stressor for us on this next leg.
Cool. Yeah, he deserves a bottle. Well done.
Just so I shut up.
Okay. Who's next? Rob, hit your button. Hit the button. Oh, a plate.
But not for him anyway.
Hang on, we need someone to do the plates. Where's hang on to that. Yeah, grab next one. Who's next? It's Dan, the holiday man. I don't even know where the plates are, Jing. This one.
The empty one because
That's
it's
one.
not pretty, it's a
Long
bag.
story.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that'll do. Good on you, mate.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Rightio. Dan. Here we go. Hang on to those. Yeah, they're on the lives and the thing and stuff. Yep, cool.
Hello, my name is Dan Turk. I'm from Canada. And now I get to... Pretty hard to follow the Carrie Harris show. However, I'm just a high school teacher, which is really, really boring. I have to sit in classrooms with 30 teenagers on a daily basis, which isn't a lot of fun. So I don't even know what the question was that we're supposed to talk about because I got blurred by torpedoes and submarines and some other ships and random stuff. So
I can give you a question.
yeah, okay, shoot.
What's your plan to beat these two?
Maybe I should start baking cakes on my boat and staying up all night. Yeah, staying up all night baking, not sleeping, staying at the helm, yeah, stuff like that. No, I think this next leg is going to be better for me, just in terms of health wise. And is that sushi?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Now sing your national anthem.
I
quick.
plan to eat more, eat a lot.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Thank you. I might take two. I don't have to do
So,
anything. Thank you.
big challenge in terms of, Renaud and Carrie had mentioned about this next leg is going to be a little bit easier, but then the big challenge is coming up in the Pacific. Long distances, lots of doldrums, stuff like that, piracy, all these different things. In addition to all that, personally, I feel like I'm an imposter here in terms of I feel like I'm like in another body somewhere else, and being with all these competitors here, there's a wealth of skill and knowledge, and I think just us being here at the start line is half of the battle. I think just us being here and getting started, heading out on Sunday is going to be so cool. I think it's going to be so good. So excited to be here with all these great people, and hopefully I can do a little bit better. I was with these guys at the beginning, and then it all went south after 11 days. So,
I have a question.
okay.
When you were 15, did you ever imagine you would do something like this?
Oh, nah, no way. I never started sailing till I was 24. So.
When you were 24, did you ever imagine?
No. So yeah, I started. I always been sailing on freshwater lakes. So up until 2 years ago, that was my first ocean crossing. So, but having said that, I do have the most amount of ocean miles in the Class Globe 580 than anybody on this area. Not that helped me in the last Transat, but anyway, that's the way it goes. So good question. Yeah. No, like I said earlier, I feel like an imposter. It's pretty surreal starting in the inaugural Mini Globe race, and I think it's really, really cool to be here. And I think also for Don having these ideas and these notions, and I know how things work. It's like on a napkin at a bar, and you're like, hey, I got this idea. What do you think of this? Oh, let's do it. And eventually there's 15 others that think it's a great idea. If you think of the percentage compared to the world population, we're a really, really small percentage right here. But I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks this is a good idea. So anyways, it's going to be great to sail along with these all these competitors and meet them and get to know their families, and it's going to be such a great experience. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you need a bottle? Yeah, give me a bottle. Yeah, beauty. Okay. Thanks, Dan. Oh, you got the plate. Oh, we're going to use a dummy plate and get your real plate. This is going to go round. Well done, Dan. Okay, thanks, mate. Rightio. Who's next? Boom, boom. Hit the button. Oh, Pila. Where's Pila? Pila. Pila's not here. Okay. All right, let's just move right along. Okay. We'll go straight to the next one. If she turns up, we'll go from there. There you go, John. Rightio. Okay. There we go, mate. Hang on to these as well if you can. We should have taped them together. Anyway. Okay.
G'day. My name's John. I'm on Deljo 100. I'm an Australian entrant amongst, I think there's 5 of us. So I think I deserve 2 bottles of rum. The only reason I say that, I know Don said don't bring up, the build and stuff like that, but I did 2 boats.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
It was a pretty big challenge. And it still is. Like being here, there's a lot of miles to still cross, and being amongst the entrants, we've really got to know each other. It's I feel like part of the family. It's going to be a cool ride. I think, as what Carrie said at the start, I think it's just finishing the event for me. Getting to each leg for me is an achievement, and not only by myself, but with these guys, but with my father as well. And it comes down to opportunity. So we had an opportunity to enter the World Arc race. I think I was about 19 years old back in the day, and we didn't quite make it. Went up the coast of Melbourne, and I fell down the hatch and busted my kidney. So I had 48 hours to live, and we had to pull the pin and didn't finish the race. So I think this is sort of, for me, it's like unfinished business, but not only for myself, it's for my dad as well. So yeah, being part of this team and, you know, with Don and Jane and everybody around us, I think it's pretty cool. So if anything else happens, I'm sure that, you know, there will be help only just around the corner. So.
Okay. So John, you've got you're the cameraman on the MGR so far. You're bringing up all the really good footage, but you've got this line where you're out there and there's no one, and you're saying, "Hello, anyone out there?" Do you feel as if you're losing the plot or not?
Oh, a little bit. I think I lost the plot before I started the race. So I think you've got to have a few screws loose to do this kind of thing. I think I'm normal, but maybe you guys don't. So I think that was you know, a big concern of me, you know, being social and stuff and being out there on the ocean for such a long period of time when you're on your own is, you know, struggling with communications. But I think after doing the Transat, I was all right. I could have gone for another 20 days, you know. My problem was I ran out of chocolate and was sort of struggling with the food side. So got plenty of food today, and yeah, I think I'm ready.
So okay, so you're really doing a good job with your filming. Do you find that as a release, or you're treating the camera as your best mate, talking, things like that? How do you quantify that? What, you know, why? How do you feel about
It's hard to answer because when I look back on the footage and when I come into port, I don't remember any of the filming.
Yeah.
So it's I just put it on, and if I get an idea in my head, you know, I just press record.
Yeah.
So you don't start brushing my teeth, and I just push record. I've got like a little cool camera mount, and just, you know, but we get advice from you guys. You know, you guys are drilling into us how to record, and I think that helps as well. So, and where everyone's learning off each other. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up, because some of them have got a lot to learn. You're doing a great job. He deserves a bottle of grog, you know, for the filming. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Okay, he gets a bottle. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thanks, mate. Oh, hang on, you got to get a plate. Can I borrow that plate back? There we go. Thanks, mate. There we go. Plate. Good on you, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, take that and we'll recycle it, eh? It's easier. Thanks. Okay, who's next? Press the button, John. Come on, pressure. Oh, Dan, holiday man. Here we go. Yeah. Hang on to those as well. Okay. Thanks, mate.
Here we go. Hey guys, another Aussie here, Dan Turner. Holiday Dan, whatever, grounded Dan. My wife, I shaved my beard today because she was calling me Jesus Dan last night. So
I wondered what was different. I didn't know. Isn't that funny, eh?
So I had to shave that. So anyway, that's thanks to my wife. Stoked to be here, guys. Obviously you don't want to talk about the build, but a little bit about my story, why I'm here. I made a list of goals when I was in year 9, actually, and I've still got them to this day. I banged out these goals in year 9, and I remember the teacher at the time said to me, "Oh, that's unrealistic. You know, you got to be, you know, you got to pick more normal things. Like this is never going to happen." Anyway, strangely enough, it had an effect on me, and of course, you know, parents were always like, you know, you got to have a job, do these sorts of things and whatnot, and you know, I still had the adventure side in me, and I ended up going, you know, joining the military, and I had this adventurous thing in me, but it was all about, you know, trying to make some money and all this sort of stuff. I got out of the army, had a bit of a rough time, and I was ending up living in a car at one point, and this is when my wife Nikki ended up meeting her, and she changed my life, you know. So I had all these, I had kids with my ex-wife, and you know, that all sort of fell apart. But I remember one night Nikki said to me, "Oh, you take it back to your house and all this sort of thing." I said, "All right, okay, take it back to my house." Took it back, and I was living in the car. So I was like, "Here we go." You know? this is my house. So it's pretty funny, and I've taken her down I remember taking her down the river, and she's just like, well, how'd you get to this point? And I told her my story and all this sort of stuff. And she goes, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? And I told her exactly what I wanted to do. And strange enough, I brought up all these goals and all these things I wanted to do when I was a kid. And she's like, let's start ticking them off. And so I've been doing that ever since. And that was sort of 15 years ago. And I've gone through this thing of going, I've always wanted to do all these this running stuff and adventure running and all this stuff. And I've gone from running from 2 kilometres to 20 kilometres to marathons to ultra marathons to the toughest races in the world. Ticked all that off. And then my grandfather passed away. And my grandfather was about to pass away. And when I was a kid, I had this dream of doing all these races. And I'd sit on his lap. And I'd sit in his lap and I said, Grandpa, I want to do these 3 races. And he said, well, what are they? And it was the Sydney to Hobart, which is a classic in Australia, the Melbourne to Osaka, and I wanted to start around the world. And anyway, I remember we got back from our honeymoon, and I just ran across the marathon, the Sahara Desert for our honeymoon. But anyway, that's another story. And I sat down with my grandfather, and it was his last day out of hospital. And I said to him, I'm going to make this happen for you, And anyway, he passed away shortly afterwards, and I got up at his wake, and I said at the wake, I'm going to do these races. And this is in 2016, sorry. And so I've gone through the process. I've started doing the offshore sailing, and I've done the Sydney Hobart now, the Melbourne Osaka, and now here I am to do my last goal. And this is the last thing on my list that I did that I set in year 9. So, I've got to finish this off, and then I've got to spend 30 years with my wife at home. So here we are, one shot, and I'm going to give it my best shot, Here we go.
Okay, good job. Did you get a bottle? Yeah! Where's the plate? Where's the plate? Where's the plate? Who's got the plate? No. Quick. No, just... Ayrton, do you want to suss out plates? This is a dummy plate, but it does for the job. This is the MGR. Well done, mate. Oh, we got the real one. There we go. Oh, the real one. You got the real one. That's got your name on it.
Oh, beauty.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Thank
okay,
you.
good job.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Mike. Okay, who's next? Okay, Button, John. Button. Oh, okay. Oh, Peela's here. Peela.
Back it up.
Oh, hello. Okay, back it up. Here we go. Come on, Peela. There you go. Fantastic. This is an impressive young lady, this one. Okay, there we go. Hang on to those as well. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, my name is Pilar. I'm from Spain, Barcelona. I am sailing all my life in the Mediterranean Sea. It's a very short Mediterranean sea, sorry. And now I am, for me, it's the more important dream of my life is do the race around the world alone. I like this because it's a good connection for me with myself, with the nature, with the ocean, with all. It's not only one race for me; it's one inner adventure, because for me it's a grounding, crecimiento personal, grounding, self-grounding for me. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. For me, it's important for me because I am a person very close. I think with this race I can change. Thank you, Dom, for this, and Jane for the race. Thank you, all my brothers and sisters, for the race. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, hang on. One question. Which stopover are you looking forward to most? Which part of the course are you looking forward to? Which stopover is your best? Which one is you think will be
in the Pacific? In the Pacific.
Anywhere. Which one is your favourite and why?
My favorite.
Yeah, your favourite and why?
The ocean. Only the ocean.
Okay. Okay, she gets the bottle. Yeah. She gets the bottle. Yep, fantastic. Okay. Is that Peela's? Okay. Peela, here's your plate. Oh, other way around. There we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, congratulations. No, you're fantastic. Okay. Rightio. Next one. We got Argo. Christian. Okay, there we go.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Get a bit more comfortable here.
Get worried, everybody.
Yeah, hello. My name is Christian Sauer. I'm from Germany. And people don't stop asking me why I do this. And maybe for you it's the same. But I have to disappoint you. I really can't tell you. Because I don't know yet. I've got quite a heritage, maybe, because my father was a sailor too, and he was the first to cross the Atlantic in a catamaran in 1956. And he actually wanted to start a circumnavigation. He couldn't do it with this boat, but he ended up doing it with another boat he built by himself. He managed it, and I think something infected me when I was sailing on his boat when I was young. And so it has been a dream of me for a long, long time to sail around the world. And I wanted to do it solo. And yeah, here I am. So I'm really glad to have the opportunity to sail the MGR. I have to say some words about boat building. Sorry, Don. My father, what bothers me the most is that my father built his about 80-footer 3 masts in 9 months. It took me about 2.5 years to build a 19-footer. So that concerns me a bit, but I'm really, I've learned carpenter before, so I had very many details on the boat that I was focusing on. And actually I thought it was well built and a pretty good boat. But on my way here, which was actually my first solo sailing ever, first ocean sailing, real ocean sailing ever, I had moments where I was not sure if I built anything right. I was sitting inside the boat. I can be back to later. Thank you. I was sitting inside the boat with kind of heavy winds. We didn't have bad weather. Everything was fine, but it was all new to me. And I was sitting in my boat outside, pitch black night, and I heard some new noises I never heard before. And I was really struggling with myself, thinking about, have I really done everything right? Is the keel coming off? I don't know. Where can I go? What happens with the boat? Okay, Cape Verde Islands are 1 week away, so that was not an opportunity. So the only thing for me was, okay, wait another hour. So what can we see? Have a look. Where are these noises coming from? And I didn't manage to find the source of these noises that night. I found it afterwards. It was minor things, so nothing serious. But I was really worried about the boat and if I will arrive in Antigua safely. But I did it, and I'm really confident with the boat and my developing sailing skills that I can continue this race and actually start the MGR. So my main goal for the MGR is to arrive in Antigua second time. So not only do the Transat, so I really have to take care of my stuff, and that's the main goal for me. I used to be a racer when I was young and was sailing lasers and doing some fun races in the Med, but that's something different. I'm on my own, and it's the challenge of my life. It's the adventure of my life, and I would really love to see you all guys in 13 months.
Cool. Okay. Question: who is your biggest inspiration and why?
Biggest inspiration.
And why?
Sailing wise.
Anyway, in life, anything.
That would actually be my father. We had a different relationship in the past because he was sailing most of the time. So back then I didn't know him too much because when I was at the age of 6, we didn't. After I turned 6, we didn't see each other quite often. So, but I was what I remember from his life, or what I admire him the most for, is that he followed his dreams all the time. He himself didn't see it that way. He said he was driven by other people, by circumstances. But to me, it always seemed to be that he focused on the things he wanted to do, even if it was after his sailing life, his art project, the Global Stone project, and he was following some particular goal for many, many years. And that's one thing I admire very much. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. He should get a bottle, right? Yeah, he gets a bottle. He gets a bottle. Yeah. Okay, you get a bottle. What was the noise? What was the noise?
The noise was I had the spinnaker pole on, and it was just a spinnaker halyard that was in the same ring at the mast, and that was cracking noise.
Okay. Okay, thanks, mate. Okay, your plate. I think. Oh, question.
Question, how long is your hair going to be when you get back?
How long is your hair going to be when you get back?
I don't know. But I'm actually doing building the boat and sailing the boat and other stuffs too. I'm really concerned about the environment, about the planet and stuff. So I actually stopped washing my hair with shampoo when I left Lanzarote. So I don't know. It's some kind of experiment I'm doing at the moment. I can tell you in 13 months how it works out. So.
Okay. Okay. Well done. Thanks, mate. Your plate. I think this one. Thanks. Here's your plate. Boom, boom. There we go. Stick it on the board thing. Well done. Fantastic.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Thanks, mate. Adam. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Thanks, mate.
Thanks. I think I'll take the Valdunican chair. Hi everybody, I'm Adam, Little Wren. Yeah, I think for me there's lots of questions, and still lots of those questions unanswered. And I'd be in Christian's camp. People ask why I'm doing it, and I'm still not sure I've got a really good answer to that. I know I'm not doing it for anybody else. I know I'm doing it for myself, but I still don't really know, and I think it'll become a bit clearer as time goes on. But I think having got to know these people, we've all got to have a certain character trait, and I think we all have a little bit of selfishness because we're doing this thing on our own. We all have to be pretty stubborn, and we all have to be pretty driven. And I think having got to know this lot, they're all a little bit of that, and I think we're all, without that, we wouldn't have got to the start line, which has been a big effort for all of us, and makes the sailing, I think, not as difficult because we've, so many chances of not getting to the start, and here we all are. It's a solo sail, and what's interesting for me is actually, we're sailing on our own, but life is so much easier with friends and with other people, and I don't honestly think I could do this without the collective mini globe race here. And I've been a very sort of single-minded person. I can do anything I want when I want on my own. And I think what's starting to dawn on me, actually, that's bullshit, really. You can have that attitude, but actually without the support of your loved ones and your friends and all this lot and my team, there's no way I would have got to the start, and I know there's absolutely no way I'd get to the finish. So it's a continuing journey, and I'm on it, and I'm really looking forward to continuing it.
Okay. All right. He gets a bottle. That'll do. Okay. Well done. We got a plate there. Is that your plate? Is this one?
That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah. Right, now I'm going to get rid of the chair. Jeepers, that's disgusting. Thanks, mate. Oh, I have one of them. Oh. Okay, next. Jacob. Where's Jacob? Here. Where is Jacob here? I haven't seen him. Here he is. Jeepers. Oh, okay. Oh, microphone. Hang on. Here we go. That one, and that one. Okay. Here we go. Don't drop those. Okay.
Hello,
all right,
everyone.
Sit down.
My name is Jacob.
Okay.
Ziemkiewicz. You probably won't remember, it's quite hard to pronounce. But I'm Polish native guy, but for the last 22 years I've been living in Ireland. So I'm like half Polish and half Irish. If you kind of have some feeling of those two nations, imagine the mix, two of them. That's very explosive. So I will try to be calm. Thanks very much for taking the seat, because during the three and a half weeks in the transatlantic voyage, the biggest struggle was because on such a small boat you are either on your bum or your knees. So I struggled with the full stretch. Just one thing, because everyone's thinking like, are we crazy? Are we mad? You see, the thing is, you don't have to be crazy to do those things, but it helps a lot. When I was young, I grew up in Poland. This was the country run by the communists, so we had no passports. I could never ever dream about going abroad to some seas to see something. My dream was to sail in the Baltic Sea, at least, you know. And dream was like, I like to see the way that I can't see the land. This was something that drove me. So my father bought the boat. It was like very old hull, and he paid the 2 bottles of vodka. And this was kind of natural currency in Poland that time. And because he was the chemical engineer, he was able to make this himself, and he was recognized as one of the best poutine makers in the area. So yeah, and we restored this boat, and he saw the sails himself. He made all the rigging, and he caught all the cleats, and every element of the boat was made by us. So I can spend my younghood in sailing on the inland waters, making the adventures, pretending I'm on a faraway sea, and hitting another shore of the river, pretending I'm on the desert island. I'm just on my own. So I honestly, I have never ever dreamed about to be on the Atlantic Ocean. And the time passes, history is changing, and the political situation is changing. I start living in Ireland, and Ireland is like all the islands is quite small. Wherever you live, you can say you live by the sea, and whatever you do, you will be connected to the sea somehow. I met lots of good friends. One is here, John Hanley, which took me for the sailing, and we start sailing, crossing the Biscay Bay, sailing the Irish Sea, and bringing the boats from Scotland, which is fantastic. And I said, once I came back to my youngster dreams, I couldn't stop, and if something takes me, I just go full time into this. And then the one moment in my life, I said, okay, Jacob, you have to stop, you have to think, because you're in the cul-de-sac, you're in the wrong way. And then I was looking for the ideas how to spend the rest of my life, and then I read about Don McIntyre adventures and this life, hey, So I was like, really? Well, but the trigger was that the appointed designer of the boat was from my hometown, from Poland, and I felt somehow kind of very, very connected to this. I said, well, I think this is it. This is it. This is where I should start. So I purchased the plans. I started building the boat, thinking, well, it might be my just activity, kill the time in the weekends. But then I was going more and more, and said, well, okay, I'm struggling with time. What takes most of my time? Sleeping and working. Okay, let's give it up. So and then the boat was built, and well, really, and what now? Well, you need to make the star line in Portugal. So I made the voyage over the Biscay Bay and go to the star line, and all of a sudden I'm here. I don't know, what's happening around me. I'm happy. I feel like in my own world. I met a wonderful family. All the guys in here. You see, when I was going through the Atlantic, after a while you get used to boats so much that you just can keep going. I had lots of food, but what I just wanted to go back to Antigua and meet my friends and tell them my feelings, how it was. But I've never raced in my life. Like racing is not the type of the sailing that I do. Okay, I like exploring. I like connection with the water, with the ocean, environment and stuff. But all of a sudden, this is the race. So I learned a lot during the Atlantic passage, and then I never had the time and the money to get some equipment to make some music on the boat. So, but I never needed. But I heard the music all the time I was sailing. I heard a different type of the music, which was related to the stage of the sea. So starting from the baroque and coil, I go, and something's coming. When the trade winds waves came, it was like Vangelis, dun 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 dun. It was like, but guys, I tell you what, I already hear the music was gonna be to the Panama Lake. Do you know what music I hear now?
Reggae.
Techno music. So I'm gonna be much faster this time. So, and all of this is only happening because I'm so lucky to live in Ireland, which is the best country in the world, and the level of the community spirit and the help for the people I'm getting, it just lifts me up and shoots me through the ocean with no fear at all.
Okay, yeah, really. Give him a bottle and get him off. Right, give him a bottle and get him off. Right, that's it. Thanks, mate. Oh, dear, but is this one? No, let's use the recyclable. Good job, mate. See you on the other side, eh? Thank you very much. Okay, next. Give me that back now. Someone got a question. Oh, someone got a question?
Can I have a question?
You can, yes.
I'm actually asking for a friend who did a race a bit like the transatlantic, on a bit like a mini Globe 580, and had a bit of a problem. So, Jakob, what's your secret to having such a smooth butt?
Smooth butt.
Right, this needs a bit of an explanation. You haven't seen what we've seen, okay? So we're coming in. I forget whose it was. I think it might have been. I think it was actually Josh. We're coming in. We picked you up, brought you in, and as Jane's filming and going past the happy shark down there, BB. Jacob had just come back from having a dock shower, I think, and had a towel wrapped around, and he dropped the towel and wobbled both of them, and it's actually on the MGR Facebook page. Okay, so you can go and watch it now. Very good, yeah. That's enough. Go on, bugger off. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we got to find out the real point later. Yeah, that's mine. Okay, next. Who's next? Yep. Popeye. Okay, Popeye, here we go. Hang on to that, hang on to those. Put that one up there. Perfect. Thanks, mate.
Where do I start after that? I don't know. Where do I start? Well, I guess I start with, the journey as it happened. Like if you're running any project, it's all about, the time, the cost, maybe the quality. They're all different constraints. So I had this notion that we would sail to the MGR, we would sail to Antigua. So I put a lot of pressure on John, who was building the boat, to time-wise get a year before, so we could actually get here. He didn't manage that. Not only didn't he manage that, he actually blew out the cost as well.
Yeah.
So we had another year and another cost, but he's done a fantastic job. So from a quality point of view, we've gone way overboard, I think. So we've got a quality 2 boats. So we might not have made it, but we definitely have a quality. So it was still hard work getting here, getting the container here, getting the delays, getting whatever it was. But yeah, we had a great time. I thought I was going to be the oldest. So I started growing this beard about about 13 months ago, just over a year. It's grown really quickly. It's just like over a year, it grows quickly. I don't know. A bit bizarre. So I was going to be the ancient mariner, but lo and behold, Eric here is like just slightly older than me. So I don't know whether to shave it, go back to my baby face.
I've got a razor.
You've got a razor.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little bit bizarre. Some of the girls, you know, some girls don't like beards. You know, some girls like, Pilar, she wants to like crop it up and do things. Doesn't make sense to me, whatever. But I met a girl, Janet, who's in the audience somewhere. Where's Jan? Hey, you're right here. So, you know, we introduced this idea of Popeye and inner strands.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
You know, and spinach. But I've got a spare space here. Like, you know, I was like thinking, I should have olive oil. You know, I'm like, you know, I've got this big adventure going forward, but I have a little missing piece in my life. So I'm really looking for that olive oil. But I come to Jamaica and they're like big girls. They scare me. They really scare me. But anyway, Jan gave me a little gift this evening. So it was like little olive oil.
Ah, look at that. Yeah, perfect.
Anyway, I'd love to make an olive oil.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jan's a photographer, so she's a freelance photographer. So thank you. And anyway, crossing the Atlantic, I've got like a lot of strength crossing the Atlantic. So I have no fear going the next step. So I'm really looking forward. And obviously I was playing safe coming across, and so I was watching everybody. But amazing people. But I've proven that I can actually have a good start. I can have a good start. So I've just got to push that. I've just got to maintain. I've got to maintain that effort along the start. But I will get better.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Question. How did it sort of evolve? Did you just sort of wake up one day and said, son, we're going to sail around the world. You build me my boat. Or what happened?
I think if you ask me, I might have said, you know, it was my idea. But if you ask John, it was my idea. So I don't know how it was a timing thing. So John was doing a lot of detailing. I was a little bit down in my job. It was just timing. And I had the warehouse, so we had the ability to build 2 boats. John wanted to build 1 boat and then the other boat. I wanted to build 2 boats side by side. But we made it. So, you know. Cool. And I think, you know, we're a bit of, certainly for me, within my community of IT, I'm definitely an inspiration coming out of this. I had never really thought about it too much. But, you know, people are doing their day-to-day jobs and whatever, and they're looking for projects, they're looking for things to do. And we are all a little bit extreme in terms of what we're doing. So it's just proving that anything is possible.
Cool. Okay. He gets a bottle. He gets a bottle. Yeah, he gets a bottle. He gets a bottle. Here's your bottle. Here's your bottle. Here's your bottle. Thank you. And we've got a Popeye plate. Is that one? Maybe this one. It's at the end there. At the end. This one? That's the recycling one.
We try to push it.
Here we go. Cool. There you go, mate. Good job. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Jasmine. Okay, you'll have to crawl under the table. Oh, here we go. Limbo, catch the action, Jing Jing. Ooh, That's a good entry. Thank you. There you go. Hang on to that one and those as well. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, I'm Jasmine. A a bit like on the Atlantic. Just now, I've had quite a lot of time to think about what I was going to say, but I've changed my mind multiple times. But I wanted to start off by saying, who thinks that these bottles are going to last us the whole way around the world? I know these guys, and I've been drinking with them for the past week, and there's not a chance I was thinking we're going to last us till Panama. But we appreciate it. Yeah, so I was thinking about what I was going to say, and I wanted to actually answer a question, a bit like the others, about like what you get asked all the time. I get asked constantly, why? And for me, it's a bit of a different experience, I think, from other people. And my why is actually because it's a thing, and I know it's a thing. Like growing up through school, yeah, I was really sporty, and even though I achieved really highly, went from county level, national level, international level, as soon as you're 18, your school pushes you on to go to university, and that's it, that's all that matters. And I remember lying to my teachers and saying, yes, I've filled out my UCAS forms, I've applied to university to be a paramedic. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Not a chance. I had already booked my flight to the Caribbean. And I still have, to this day, a letter from my head of sixth form that said, oh, good luck doing your paramedicine degree at Sheffield, Jasmine. We're so looking forward to seeing like how you do. Knowing full well that was just a load of bullshit. I wanted to go to a white sandy beach and swim in a sea which was warm because I was sick of the UK, to be honest. And that has led me on to do so many adventures and have the most amazing time. And I always thought maybe I would go to uni because it was so pushed on me when I was younger. And I'm still on my gap year, 8 years later, back in the place where I was exactly, 7 years ago, which to me is just magical and it's absolutely amazing. And the thing that scares me actually the most now, leading on to the MGR, is that this next leg, I'm about to face every fear that I've come across over the past few years of my adventure in life. First of all, there's pirates. I've been chased by pirates. I'm very scared of that. Second of all, there is the potential of like hitting land. I've nearly ran aground on uninhabited islands, and I'm not a fan of that. And yeah, I can't remember what the other things happened. Something else really scary happened. Oh yeah, that's it. Shipping. Oh no, mermen aren't scary. Mermen are fantastic. That's a different story. No, the third one is shipping. Like, this is a very busy leg. Now, I've come within 100 metres of an 800-foot, like, tanker ship, drilling ship, that nearly hit me, and to the point now I think I'm a bit delusional that I'm like, as long as we don't make contact, it's fine. So your perception of fear changes the further you go and the older you get and the more that I achieve. But yeah, this next leg is definitely one for me to fear from my entire experience over, my adult life. But once that's over and we get to Panama and get sorted and I'm kind of like free and go off and explore these islands and hopefully find a merman, a Pacific merman. I've had my own. That's a different story. We're not going to I'm really, really excited. And the fact that like I get to do it alongside like these amazing people that are literally like my family. I've got a tiny family at home. I don't even have a cousin, put it that way. And like I feel like I've got a million brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles, like whatever you imagine. No matter how much I irritate them by asking for another favour, can you help me? Just help me again, please. So what does this rope do on my boat? I know I did the Atlantic, but specifically, how do I use that? So yeah, we're getting there. I'm just so happy to be here and to actually like start this. Like, I really didn't believe I was actually going to make it here because I'm not a sailor, and I have. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So thank you.
Okay. Question. You're a rower and you're a swimmer, and you had a bit of sailing beforehand, but what was the trigger to the MGR? What caused it?
The trigger to the MGR was, to be honest, I was at Southampton Boat Show. I was doing some work with my rowboat there, and it was really, really dull. Like, I wasn't involved. Nobody actually cared because, like, why would they? And I was walking around the Southampton Boat Show, and it was just so pretentious. It's like, right, okay, you walk past all the super yachts, and they're looking at you like, yeah, we're not going to invite you on our boat. I was like, right, cool. Kept on walking around. I kept on just like, right, okay, we're looking for something other than like food. And it's a long day to Phil just walking around looking at boats. And then I came into this big tent, and I was like, oh, I know that guy. We'll speak to him. And then the next one, I was like, that's a cool little boat. It fits in the tent. I like that. There's no boats here that's inside. And then I read Golden Globe Race. I was like, I know somebody that did the Golden Globe Race. And actually, the guy that rowed my boat across the Atlantic did Don's 2018 Golden Globe Race and came second. His name's Mark Slats. Yeah. So I rowed his boat. Yeah. And so he's absolutely amazing. So I was like, oh, I'm going to read a bit more about like Mark on here. And then I saw that Ocean Globe Race. Yeah, I've heard of that. And actually one of my friends who's arriving tomorrow did the Ocean Globe Race, just completed last year. And then I saw Mini Globe Race. I was like, Mini Globe Race? That's what this boat is. Sort of stood there, sort of like twiddling my thumbs for a minute until like hoping that Don would sort of like come over to me because everybody else for the day had ignored me. Eventually, after about 5 minutes, he sort of looked up from his laptop and was like, I best go speak to her, she's not leaving. Yeah, this is true. And so he kind of came over and he's like, it's the end of the day, and he's there like, yeah, hello, how can I help? This is a fire lady. The same spiel is had on for like the past 2 days or however long that stupid photo lasts. And eventually he said, so, are you interested in the boat? I was like, yeah. He said, well, do you have any ocean experience? Because the only way that you can do this. And I was like, well, he said, the only way that you can do the Mini Globe Race will accept you if you know what it's like on a small boat on the ocean. And I went, well, I just rode the Atlantic by myself. And he just went, oh. Oh, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Don McIntyre. He's regretting asking this question. But that is how it came about. I then said, no, I'm focused. I'm going to do my swim. I've got to swim. I've got something in mind. I'm going to do that. And then I will message you in about 1.5 years. And I did. And then I got a boat and I sailed it and now I'm here.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. In defence, right, I was plugging, and I forgot about this whole story. I didn't ask the question for this, but in defence, I was working on my computer and I happened to look up and said, oh, she's nice. Excuse me. Thank you, gentlemen. Hang on, put your plate. This one. Okay. Has it got your name on it? I haven't got my glasses.
Yes.
It has. Okay. Well done.
Thanks.
Oh, I dreamed about that back in Southampton. Thank you very much. Okay, fantastic. Who's next? Who's next? Come on, John. Boom, boom. Just so we don't miss it. Oh, Ayrton. Oh, what a boat. You've got the best boat in the fleet, Ayrton. Ooh, okay.
Well, thank you, Don. I'm glad we are not talking about building the boat because I didn't build mine. Mine came already. It was Don's boat, and I literally jumped in and we sailed it over here. But all Don's events I've been participating the past 8 years has been fun for me. But what I would like to add is that it's only possible for me because of the support of the family and my wife, who goes along with almost everything I ask.
Yay, always families. Yep. Zoo's a hero. Yep.
And so anyway, I love these events, and on this occasion, I was only able to meet the other competitors when I got to Antigua, and except Jasmine, I met in Lanzarote. And all the rest I met here, and I'm looking forward to the next leg. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful time all together and lots of new experiences. And thank you, Don and Jane. Thanks.
Cool. Yep. Okay. Jeepers, you caught me short. I gave up on the questions. Thanks, Ayrton. What I will say though. Oh, you've got your own plate. Good. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ayrton. That's fantastic.
I forgot to say, when I was leaving for the Transat, I met some Turkish families who were in Lanzarote, and both those boats are here if they came to visit us.
Yeah. It's cool.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ayrton. What I'm going to say is that you may have known about the Globe Yacht Club, the Burgies up there, but Ayrton earned a reputation in the Golden Globe race, and it simply goes like this: that the boats were on the marina for a couple of weeks before the start, and everyone was invited to breakfast every day on Ayrton's boat. Okay, so then the next connection is that within the Globe Yacht Club, Ayrton is the rear commodore of the Globe Yacht Club, because the rear commodore is always responsible for events and functions. And now breakfast as well. So congratulations on your position within the Globe Yacht Club, Ayrton. And finally, for those that haven't been onto the Globe Yacht Club website, you wouldn't know that there is no clubhouse for the Globe Yacht Club, okay? But the club resides on a boat which occasionally changes. So the inaugural Globe Yacht Club premises is on the end of the dock. It's Trekker. So for the duration of the MGR, the Globe Yacht Club resides on Ayrton's boat, and what that means is, once accepting that honour, which Ayrton did, everyone's got an open... Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's got an open invitation to visit the Globe Yacht Club anytime, in any port, anywhere in the world. Okay, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Voila. Thanks, Evan. Okay. So, oh yeah, you get a bottle too. Okay. Gary's not here. Gary is actually out qualifying now. So the story there, another bloody Aussie, right? So we've got 5 Australians in the MGR. And Gary had his boat shipped from Australia to here. It was a few weeks late, so it upset his timeline. He started to do his qualify, had a few issues, brought the boat back, and he's running behind time, but he left this morning to go out and do about 600 and something miles non-stop solo, and won't be back until after the finish of the start, so the fleet will take off. Gary will arrive some days later, have 2 or 3 days or so getting here, and then he'll be off. You can actually start any leg up to 15 days after the official start. Now, I think some of his managers, where's the managers of Gary? Anyone here? Are the boys still here? They've already gone? Okay, I was going to get him to come and tell us a rude story about Gary or something, so... Sorry?
I can have his bottle.
No, you can't have his bottle, Jacob. The bottle remains with Alison, and it will be duly delivered. So he's a great guy. I only met him through the MGR, but he's got a huge following. He's a shipwright. He builds boats and bits and pieces. And he put a little post up one day on social media, and we thought, usually you get, 20 emotions and, 14 comments or something. Jeepers, he got bombed. He had like 750 emotions and a huge number of comments. So he's doing something right in Sydney anyway. So interesting guy, and he wishes he was here, but he's absolutely determined to catch up with the fleet and get around. So we wish him well. Yeah, thanks. Okay, Josh. Okay, wait, under the table. Oh, jeepers. Jeepers. Okay, cool.
All right. So, as the story goes, I was riding the bus to work one day, and I was listening to the Sail Magazine podcast, and they were interviewing this crazy Australian named Don McIntyre. And I had heard of the Golden Globe race, and I was familiar with it, but he went on to talk about, the OGR and everything, but he described his experience on the Bounty Boat Challenge. And I am a relative newcomer to sailing. I've only been sailing for 5 or 6 years at this point. I've been boating my whole life, but my background is in the mountains, big mountain expeditions and stuff like that. And after hearing his description of the Bounty Boat Challenge, I thought, this MGR sounds like the exact type of self-imposed suffering that I happen to be familiar with, And I thought, what the heck, I think I can do this. And so I bought a set of plans, and I bought a kit and everything, and I started building, and I just took it one step at a time. And eventually I found myself here, and it's a bit surreal in its way. But one of the hardest mountains I climbed in my life was Cerro Torre, and we were the only team that year to summit, even though a number of teams of professional climbers, people you read about in magazines and that sort of thing, had been shut down. And when we got back to town, they told us the only reason you succeeded was because of heart, because you had enough heart to see it through to the end. And I believe that's what brings all of us here. you know, is the fact that we have the heart to not only, you know, people tell me that I'm crazy all the time for this sort of thing, and what I believe is crazy is not realizing the potential that you have inside you. You know, if you believe in yourself, and I believe a lot of it is self-confidence. You know, believing that you can in fact do it. You know, and that what helps you get from one stage to the next. And so that is what has brought me here. And as far as setting off on the MGR, you know, you just take it one step at a time. You know, you try to get to Panama, and then from Panama you try to get to Fiji, and then and see what happens after that. You know, but for me, when I started sailing and I learned about it, you know, the hardest thing about going sailing was stopping. You know, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to sail as much as possible every single day, you know, and that I found this was the opportunity that I had to do just that. And so that's what I want to do. I want to go out and I want to sail every single day and spend time on the sea, because that is what I love. And so I'm just trying to, you know, realize my potential inside myself and see what it is that I can actually do.
Okay, question. So when you arrived, I asked you the question, why did you transition from being quite an accomplished, serious mountaineer over to sailing? And you simply explained it, you lost the edge.
That's right.
You want to explain that? Because what you gave me blew me away when you explained. So
yeah, so you know, I had been climbing for so many years, and I had pushed myself so hard. Like the type of climbing that I did, we did fast and light alpinism. So as an example, on Denali, the highest peak in North America, the average guidebook time from 14,000 foot to the summit and back is 3 to 5 days. We did it in 13 hours. Yeah, so you take as little as you possibly can, and you go as fast as you possibly can, and you push yourself to the absolute limit of what is physically possible. You know, and you ride that edge. You learn where your capabilities lie, and you learn where your limits lie, and you try to ride right up to the edge of it without going across. You know, and that's how you become successful at it. And I couldn't necessarily do it anymore. I lost a number of friends, and I found myself just going through the motions. You know, I would take big expeditions, and I would have a hard time getting out of the tent because I would have so much anxiety. And one day I took a trip to the mountains, and we didn't do any climbing. We had these objectives that I had wanted to do for 10 years, and we didn't do any of them. We just came back. And I rented a kayak, and I paddled around in Puget Sound in Seattle, and I saw boats sailing, and I said, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
And so the idea is, you know, after having spent so many years, like, you know, sleeping on a ledge so small that you have to clip yourself to the mountain to keep from rolling into the abyss, you know, I thought, what the heck? At least if you get uncomfortable, I can go below. You know, you bring your bed with you, and so here I am. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. He gets a bottle, eh? Yeah. Fantastic. Thanks, mate. Okay. Now, one of these got your name on it. I hope it's that one. Has it got a name on it?
Is that me?
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Well
Yeah.
done, buddy.
All
Okay.
right.
Cool. Next is Sun Bear. There we go. Another bloody Aussie. Jeepers.
Another bloody Aussie,
Hang on to those and hang on to that. Yep.
Okay. Oh, hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm Eric. Yeah, as Don said, another Aussie. Look, I'm just so stoked to be here amongst all these competitors. They're an amazing bunch, and I'm just disappointed I didn't get the chance and the time to build a 580, because now for me it's been a dream to build a wooden boat since I was a kid, and unfortunately I didn't get that chance to do it with time and so forth. So I ended up buying one. And yeah, it's been a dream to sail around the world for a long time, and it's a reality now. I'm actually here, and we're on the start line, and it's going to happen. Love sailing, and that's what I'm doing this for. Just enjoy the sailing moment, and making the most of what the ocean sort of is going to throw at us, and just being out there with Mother Nature. So how it all started for me was a fellow Aussie, Dan Turner. He was building the boat. Now as it worked out, I I knew Dan from a phone call when just before he did the Osaka race, he was looking for a boat and he nearly bought my old boat Turbulence to do the Osaka race. Anyway, it didn't happen, but tonight he just realised that, blow me down. He's actually spoke to me years ago. But Dan was building his boat, and I saw it on Facebook, and I sort of was following him building, and I thought, what's this guy doing? Is he building a Bluebird? Or because I was sailing out of Hobson's Bay Yacht Club in Williamstown in Victoria, and I kept following. I thought, gee, this is pretty amazing. This is a cool boat, you know. And I followed it for about 6 months, and I'm thinking, you know, what's this about? So then I started really getting into it and reading. I've got to find out what this boat is. And then it came out, it was a Globe 580, and I went, well, what the hell is a Globe 580? And as soon as I realised this thing was going around the world, this boat was built to go around the world, I thought, I've got to do this. I'm going to build one. Because I was just inspired by it. And so that's how it all came about for me. And I said to Brenda, my wife, I'm going to build one of these things. I'm going to do this round the world race. This is my chance, you know. And like at 71 year old, I thought, if I don't, you know, have a crack now, it's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I looked at it all and I thought, there's no way, none. I've got 12 months to build a boat and get it to Antigua and you know, start this round of race. And it's just not going to happen. And anyway, my family, they like Stu and my son and wife, which is here today, they said, you can do it, you know, Pop, you can do this, no problem, because I'm a chippy by trade. Said, no problem, you can do it. I don't think I can. So anyway, I thought, well, there's got to be one out there, maybe I can buy one. So that's how I bought Sunbear. I decided to buy this boat in America, which is the ex-Michael Moyer boat, which did the transit last year and did really well. So I was lucky enough to get the boat, and yeah, here I am. So,
okay. So you had a horrific trip. You know,
did,
about
yeah.
2.5 weeks of solid headwinds, 30, 35 knots, 3 metre seas.
Yeah.
What was the best part of that?
Well, the first day was the best part because I had all three kites up. You had the A3 up, the A5 and the A7. Oh, this is fun. These boats go really well. So, and yeah, a bit of downwind sailing. I thought I was sort of well west of the run line that I was, you know, planning on taking. And once I put the kites up, my autopilot, I named him Sonny. I thought, well, my stepson Steve, he says, you got to name your pilot. And I said, I call it Sonny. I said, all right, Sonny. I said, the first night, I said, we've had a good night. We've clocked up 100 miles. So now it's up to you. So we had the kite up and the bloody thing, it kept going east. So we ended up going east over the run line and blow me down. Next day, we were totally becalmed, you know. And I thought, Sonny, you haven't done such a good job, you know. So,
okay.
But anyway.
All right, good job.
Yeah, thank
Rightio.
you.
Fantastic. I've got one here for you on it, I think. That could have your name on it. No, is that got your name on it?
Oh, blow the mine, I don't
Yeah, you're as bad as me. 71's the new 35, don't stress. All right.
I'm not a 20-year-old.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, mate. There's your bottle.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I think we're done. Yep. So, what an eclectic bunch of silly people that are going to have a huge amount of fun, come back with all sorts of stories. They'll all inspire a lot of people, I can tell you. It's already happening. You know, we've been getting feedback on the MGR for a long time, but it's slowly changing. And what I'm looking forward to most, in case you wanted to ask me that question, is leaving here in a single file with foghorns blaring on start day. That's going to be a bit of fun. So that's all we've got to do. Has anyone got a pressing question they would like to ask anyone here?
Oh, I hear. Got something.
Yeah.
So I know
There you go.
Niels isn't entering the MGR, but he's been very, very supportive. He's done the Cross Transat, and he's now selling his boat. So hopefully it's a quick sale. These boats are very well built, so he's sending it back to Europe. But he's been supporting everybody on this voyage. So Niels, I'd like you to come up forward here. we've got a present for you. So when we went up to Shirley Heights, they've got a drumming night, and I don't know if you know about Niels, but he's a drummer, guitarist, and you play a piano as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very intelligent. So there's a couple of sticks from playing the steel drums. But what I also did as well, I got the entrance to sign. I didn't think they were going to fit on these, so we've got you some normal drumsticks here as well, and they're all signed.
Okay, good job. I think Niels might be thinking, oh, maybe I should have been doing the MGR. It's been really good. In fact, everyone's helping everyone else, so that's cool. Okay, boom, boom. Yeah, he'll be on the start line actually on Sunday. Niels will be there. He'll be there. Boom, boom. And that's all good. Boom, boom. Here we go. Okay.
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks, mate. See, I told you should have done the MGR. Thanks, John. Okay, so no other questions. Anyone got a question they want to ask? No, I think it's it. So enjoy the rest of the evening. They'll be mingling with the crowd and so on. And if you get cold, there's a Caribbean fire out there. So thanks very much for coming. And thanks for following the race. So, yeah, thanks for following. Everyone's going to look forward to coming back and seeing you all in about a year or so. So thanks a lot. Okay. And thanks, Alison. Yeah, big hug for you too. Boom, boom. Fantastic. Yeah, we like it here at the Sailing Academy. It's very cool. All right, and thanks for everyone that's been watching. I wonder how many people sat through that whole lot. If you sat through the whole lot of that, put a comment on and say,